All right, so I'm just an idiotic stupid dog, and we're going to be taking a trip down memory lane. One of the adherents had said something about the fact that we dabble in time travel and that it's a cheat, that you're not in the present, you use dog remembrance. And now you're talking about, as an idiotic stupid dog, that you could time travel into the future and pull tidbits back from the future to, whatever you say, exasperate into the present. And as an idiotic stupid dog, I was like, yeah, it sounds like that's what's going on. But what I get a little bit lost in is if I'm in the present or if I'm just really in shallow dog remembrance. Because dog remembrance is a whole other cup of worms from reality at the present. Dog remembrance is still not reality. But if you want to go back just into shallow dog remembrance and pick apart a couple of the titans of the Republican Party, just pick them up and juggle them like a seal with two beach balls, you would say, I'm gonna just do a shallow dive into my dog remembrance and discuss Mitt Romney and Donald Trump and their controversy, their collaboration, I remember seeing Mitt. Mitt looked like the little doll from one of those shows in the 50s where it was a puppet, like Howdy Doody. He looked like Howdy Doody sitting there at the table. Donald was trying to woo him to become his Secretary of State or something. Mitt was shooting too high. Mitt should have joined. Donald would have been surrounded by a Mormon. Just as a courtesy, as a dog, I'm going to explain something to you. Mitt was a regular guy, so he lost to Barack Obama because Barack was the new flavor, and Mitt was just too normal. The funny thing, if you're really a minute deep in your heart, you got to realize Obama was just a regular guy. He had some homosexual fantasies at one point, but that's still regular. That's just normal. Everybody goes, God, I can't get a girl anymore. Maybe I'm gay. I didn't even want to be gay, but maybe I'm gay. I can't even get a girl. I had no hope of getting a girl. I mean, should I question this? Am I gay? Like, no, I don't feel gay. But what am I? It's the universe is pushing me towards homosexuality. What's, the question? I mean, I'm a stupid dog, so I'm just guessing. That happened to somebody one time. Mitt, he looked like Howdy Doody sitting there going on an audition for Donald to become his Secretary of State. The best thing Donald ever could have done was hire him. He didn't hire him. Poor old Mitt, he lost to Barack Obama because Mitt was just too regular and normal. And Barack, he was the new flavor of the month, barring the homosexual fantasies that turned out in his biography, his whatever you say, his diary. It doesn't even matter. It doesn't even matter. It's okay. It's all right. It's okay. He was a regular guy. He was Joe Cool. He could have been the face of Joe Cool Camel Cigarettes if he chose to do it, sinking three-pointers from deep. He could be out there playing horseshoes with Steph Curry and maybe Magic Johnson or Larry Bird, perhaps. It would be wonderful. Anyways, the point is that Mitt decided he's going to retire. He can't take it anymore. Poor old Mitt. He's like, I'm turning 79. I feel like a spring chicken next to these guys, but I'm sensible enough to know 79 is the cutoff. You got to retire at 79. Whatever. If you want to retire at 79, you can retire at 79. It doesn't matter. But in my shallow dog remembrance, I can remember that Mitt went and auditioned for the Donald, but the Donald didn't take him for whatever reason, big mistake, and so then Mitt became the anti-Donald, and whatever, he staked his claim on it, he did a pretty good job, but the one thing I'm going to say in lieu of any kind of a cognizant, fortitude or any sensibility, I'm going to just rehash something I read, basically, that it's a blurb from Mitt Romney's publicist. He texted it directly to me, the dog, because I'm such an up-and-comer. That one guy said it, and now it's kind of spread. Mitt Romney's people are texting me, saying, hey, we're releasing his memoir. We're releasing the memoir. Could you, pump it up? I'm like, what's in it for me? I'm a stupid dog. They said nothing. You could glob on and get some publicity that way as being a publicizer of him. was like, but that still doesn't give me any money. We're not making any money. That's a funny thing, but whatever. So anyways, in my shallow dog remembrance, here sits Mitt, like howdy doody. He's auditioning. Trump rejects him. So then Mitt goes on to become an anti-Trumper. And, he's also a guardian of the Constitution, which that's okay. It's neither here nor there. But in his new tell-all memoir, Mitt says that all the Republicans were snickering at Donald as he rambled on almost incoherently. Ha ha! Oh, they laughed so heartily. Donald went on incoherent. It's so funny. But the funny thing is, as a dog, I'm like, that's the best thing that Donald does is ramble on incoherently. It's a good show. Everybody's like, hey, the big Donald's on tonight. He's got a bunch of one-liners and a couple of zingers. He's trotting out some new material. 2 or 3 things at most or at best or at least are going to be good. Tune in tonight because Donald's ready to rock. Donald's ready to Donald's doing it sober too. If Donald took a sip of bourbon or a white wine spritzer, God knows what would happen. This guy would start winning Pulitzers. You're condemning him and snickering at him because the funniest, best thing he does is ramble on like he's riffing. You know what I'm saying? It's coming in one ear out, going out the other. No, he's like shit like a Christmas goose. Pearls of wisdom. Anyways, Mitt's tell-all in my dog remembrance is very scathing towards Donald. And a lot of people are going to say, Mitt's right. Donald's like a big buffoon. But the thing that we all wanted to do is not a carnival barker, not a sideshow, not the freaks. It was just, whatever, a new type of thing that Donald was perfecting. It was riffing, it was snappy, it was jazzy, it was, sometimes long-winded. Basically, Donald's got to put it down to this. 23 minutes and you're out. 23 minutes. Anything more than 23 minutes, she's getting bored, Donald.